Oh, I love GreenSource DFW. It, I think, is the only organization that connects the community, the vendors, the people together. I don't know of any other organization that does that.
Through GreenSource, Mimnazine has become a new player on the scene. We've been very lucky to have the support of Mimnazine and GreenSource on a number of events, and the cooperation between Mimnazine, GreenSource, and the other environmental groups is critical to all of our success.
What I like most about GreenSource DFW is their ability to spread the word about important environmental issues that we work on at Texas Campaign for the Environment.
I love GreenSource DFW because it not only tells me what's going on in the area that's green, but it also is very friendly to our organization, which is the Black Vegetarian Society of Texas, in terms of advertising our events and showing how those events connect with other events in the area.
When you say DFW, you know it's going to cover an area of all the industries coming together.
I like GreenSource DFW because it's a one-stop shop. It's where I go to get all my environmental information, news, information about upcoming events. It's a place where I can connect with other people who are also concerned about the environment.
If I hadn't heard about it on GreenSource DFW, I probably wouldn't know anything that's going on outside of Tarrant County or even outside of Arlington. It's so hard to keep track of what's going on in Dallas and in Fort Worth.
GreenSource is important because it serves as a focal point. And I've heard several people say, oh, I found out about it on GreenSource DFW. So I know people are going to it to find out what's going on in the Metroplex.
Through GreenSource DFW, I learned about there's a forest out way out in East Texas, in the way to Texarkana, I never knew about. And Amy Martin wrote this beautiful piece. I think there were two articles that she wrote about these forests that are so precious and so unusual for this kind of area that it just really was so wonderful to read about it.
What I really like about GreenSource DFW is the fact that it's kind of a one-stop shopping place for everything you need to know about the green movement every 2 weeks. And for somebody like me that's very narrowly focused on a couple of fights or an area, particular area of the environmental movement, it gives me a chance to read about different things going on that I might want to know about, that might have some connection to me, but that I otherwise wouldn't learn about at all. And so it's a great way to network and keep up with things that may be useful to me in terms of my professional life, in terms of organizing environmental work in the area, but it's also interesting to me personally to know, to keep up with developments in the environmental movement and DFW in general. And they're the only place that you can find all that in kind of one concentrated area.
So I'm a pretty new resident of the Fort Worth area, and really one of the reasons that I came here was sort of seeing sources and sites like GreenSource DFW, because that let me know that this community was really interested in sustainability and green issues.
North Texas needs GreenSource DFW. Without GreenSource DFW, every effort that the different municipalities puts forward would be fractured. GreenSource helps to bring all of these different initiatives into one convenient location for people to go to learn what different activities are going on in the community and ways that they can participate and be involved in the civic process.
So I think GreenSource is important because when you talk about from the perspective of an academic institution, I consider it as an educational resource for my students. This is something that I can direct students who are interested in sustainability to go look out what's happening in the DFW region and educate themselves.
It's through GreenSource DFW that I've learned about many of the most important environmental issues that are happening in North Texas and the best ways that we can be involved in these issues that affect our lives.
North Texas needs GreenSource DFW in order for us to have the environmental knowledge we need to move forward for a more sustainable future.